Hi, I'm Alan Ross with EPRA, and this is another EPRA Take 5. Our guest today is Leon White. I've known Leon for a number of years. In fact, I tried to recruit you to come in and take my job. I mean, it's the first time you've ever had anybody come and recruit you for their job, right, Leon?
Not quite, but for you, I know it's some big shoes to follow in. So it's like there's nobody. I hope there's nobody like you else in the world, right?
I hope there isn't. God took the mold and threw it away. He was afraid there would be two of us. Anyway, Leon, on the Take Fives, we ask a question and you respond to that question, and we try to keep it to 5 minutes or under. We've had a few go to 6 minutes, but this is an interesting one and an important one because, you are now the head of sales business development for H2 Scan, probably arguably the best hydrogen monitoring system on the marketplace out there. I've known H2 Scan for a good while, and I've known the people there. So when the opportunity came to do that, you were the perfect fit. Because you got a lot of your chops back in the old hydrant days with hydrogen, and then you were one of the best in the 8-gas when you were with Qualitrol Serveron, and I learned a lot at the Comet conference where you would sneak us into the back room and show us what was about to happen, and I could ask you questions about it. But there is, I wouldn't say the word controversy, but there is confusion in the marketplace of, I'm going to say when to hold them, when to fold them. When are you okay with an 8-gas monitor or versus a hydrogen, or when are you okay with hydrogen versus 8-gas? You've been in both areas. Tell me, I'm a guy, I'm doing procurement, and I'm going to spend $5 million one way or the other. Why should I buy 8-gas or why should I buy 1-gas? And give me your spiel. Tell me and teach me.
Okay, so I appreciate you having me on, and I think I provide a good balanced perspective here since I've sold both 8-gas and single gas monitors, and I understand, it's been long understood that hydrogen is a key gas when you're looking at your DGAs, and the benefit of hydrogen is that there are low-cost sensors, low-cost monitors on the market, and so the nice thing about hydrogen is you can get a lower-cost monitor and actually buy lots more of those than you could multi-gas monitors. So there are absolutely places in the market where you want an 8-gas monitor, and there are places where you want hydrogen monitors. And so if you look at it from a broad perspective, if you're a utility executive, asset manager, and you're wanting to look at the best thing to do for your fleet, and you look at your failure rate. So if you look at IEEE, and I've talked to a number of customers over the years, most people's failure rates on power transformers anywhere from 0.5% to about 3% a year. And so if you have, as Alan says, he's got deep pockets, so he's got $500,000 to spend this year. Okay, what's more likely to catch a fault if you buy, say, 10 8-gas monitors? Now, again, there are places where you definitely want an 8-gas monitor, but if all your transformers have a similar criticality, so say you're on a transmission system and these aren't generator transformers or something, then you're probably going to get a lot more bang for the buck by buying 30 to 50 hydrogen monitors, because now you're able to start covering your fleet with those hydrogen monitors, or I guess probably more than 50. Say 50 to 100 hydrogen monitors versus maybe 10 multi-gas monitors that you would buy and put on some critical transformers. And so the thing that people recognize, and it's been long recognized in the industry, is when heating takes place in the transformer, you start generating hydrogen at a relatively low temperature, around 150 degrees C. So that's a little hotter than Alan is, but not much. And so then as you as you get hotter and hotter inside the transformer, you generate hydrogen at a faster and faster rate. And so there's a number of applications for hydrogen monitoring in oil. Most people are most comfortable monitoring the hydrogen in oil. When the oil breaks down, it's a hydrocarbon. And as the oil breaks down, it generates hydrogen and carbon. Usually shows up as CO or CO2 in the oil. And so recently, a lot of people have been migrating from monitoring in oil to actually monitoring in the gas space. So if you have a free breathing transformer, the hydrogen's gone very quickly, but having a real-time monitoring system on your transformer can actually catch that as the hydrogen bubbles up into the headspace and then leaves the transformer. And so you can look at hydrogen in transformer oil. Again, measure the hydrogen in gas space or headspace. So of course, oil-filled transformers and various types of oil, whether it's mineral oil or natural esters or synthetic esters. There's a lot of different things people are using today. It can be used across a full range of T&D transformers. So Dr. Duvall has done a number of talks indicating that gassing, by and large, is not very different on small transformers versus big transformers. And so the gas standards that have been released last year with the new IEEE C57.104 apply to both large and small transformers, and they have a number of other factors that you need to take into account when looking at your gases as well. But again, any indication or any increase in hydrogen is going to bring is going to let you know that there's something, an active fault inside the transformer, something that's overheating and needs to be addressed. And so other places that you may not have thought to use hydrogen monitors is on like voltage regulators, vacuum LTCs, and even instrument transformers. So I've gotten regular inquiries over the years on oil-filled instrument transformers because when they fail, they're generally not taking oil samples because there's not much oil there. And when they fail, a lot of times it's a big boom. So you want to make sure that you're doing the right things for your assets, for your system and your customers to ensure that you're keeping everybody safe and monitoring where it makes sense. And so again, if you look at if you're monitoring larger transformers and you're considering trying to figure out, should I put a multi-gas monitor on or a hydrogen monitor, again, you're going to be able to buy a lot more of those hydrogen monitors, cover a lot more of your fleet with hydrogen monitors. And when you run into problems, you can always upgrade to a multi-gas monitor. But if you install a lot of multi-gas monitors, within a few years, you'll find out, no matter what the manufacturers tell you, within 4 to 6 years, typically, there's going to be some big maintenance bill that comes in, and if that's not covered under warranty or maintenance plan, then there's going to be some maintenance expense on those multi-gas monitors. And the nice thing about using solid-state hydrogen sensors is that those are designed to last 10 to 15 years with no maintenance. And generally, when they do fail, then you simply replace the monitor or the sensor, and it's probably going to be lower cost than the maintenance you would have spent on the multi-gas monitor. And so the other nice thing about hydrogen monitors is there are lots of people that make them. So you can go to any of your large partners, whether it's ABB or GE or Siemens or Dynamic Ratings or whoever you partner with on monitoring, and they're going to have some kind of offering or be able to provide some kind of recommendation for monitoring hydrogen in your transformers. And as I started out with, It's just a very accepted and understood way. The biggest detriment to hydrogen monitors in the past has been the reliability. And as we've come out with with solid state hydrogen sensors, the reliability has increased, and it's shown to be a much higher benefit than the older monitors that you have to replace sensors every few years. So I think I may have gone over 5 minutes.
I've got my answer. You know what my answer is? I am going to buy 4 8-gas monitors and 400 hydrogen monitors, and I'm going to use a hybrid model on my facilities. But that's exactly what I took from this, and I appreciate it. Our guest today has been Leon White with H2 Scan. You will see the details to get in contact with Leon if you'd like to at H2 Scan. But he is one of our fivers. He will be talking about condition monitoring, DGA monitoring for transformers, and I found out something new. I didn't realize it was for other assets. But thank you, Leon. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you, Alan. Nice to see you.
Good to see you, man.